域展開無料空し
福間水氏
Yeah, so I think we can all agree that season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen has been nothing short of incredible. Am I right? Am I lying here? I think we can all agree that has been absolutely incredible, man. Like, I don't even know where to begin, but I guess I can start here. This is in part due to the amazing animation throughout the entire season, dude. Like, oh my goodness, dude. And like, while I'm at it, like, shout out to all the animators that worked on this season, dude. Like, without them, we could not have even experienced this absolute like ridiculous season that we just had of Jujutsu Kaisen. So shout out the animators. They deserve all the support and all that stuff, dude. Without them, none of this could have been possible. So shout out the animators, man. Like, oh my gosh, I couldn't even believe that people were complaining at some points during the season, because you know, people have their preferences with season 1, how it's more detailed and all that. But honestly, for me, this season looked incredible, like almost at like as good as the last season. Like, I honestly love the flat look of the whole season, you know, like, because people love the more detailed one, but I love the flat look. I'm not gonna lie, like, as much as that. So I don't know where people complain from. I don't know where people's complaining stemmed from. I'm not gonna lie, but I love the flat look in my personal opinion. I almost prefer it, but I don't know about all that, but I love it. I absolutely love the way it looked. You know, this is very apparent from, you know, the first 5 episodes, which were really good. You know, the ones that center around Gojo, you know, the hidden inventory arc, as it's called, I suppose. And yeah, obviously that arc was really good. It's kind of evil because almost like a way of like telling you that like, hey, cherish this time you have with Gojo, because you're not gonna see him for a very long time after this little arc here. So it is kind of crazy that they that's what it feels like to me, honestly. It's really funny, to be honest, but you know, I really like what they did with Geto. We actually made Geto one of my favorite characters as well. Specifically Geto, not whoever is in Geto's body at this very moment in Jujutsu Kaisen. And obviously we cannot forget the GOAT, probably my favorite character in Jujutsu Kaisen as of right now, the GOAT, Toji Fushiguro, dude. Oh my goodness, that guy, he's a monster, dude. Like, I don't know, like, he is just that guy. He is that guy, dude. And like, he is my favorite character. Like, it's not even close, maybe, but he's definitely my favorite character, and it's not debatable for me. And you know, just a little cherry on top about the first 5 episodes. I think the opening is probably at least as good as season 1's first opening. Yep, that's what I think. I'm being so serious right now. It's at least as good to me. I think it is that good. Like I'm sorry, it is just that good in my personal opinion, dude. But yeah, those first 5 episodes, I love the vibe of them. You know, with the opening, and then just like it's almost like a summer vibe. It's really good, and like I said, with the flat style, I think it's just molded together really well. So I can't stress enough how good that first part of season 2 really was, man. All right, enough dilly-dallying. I think we need to talk about the massive elephant in the room that is Shibuya incident. Like, what do you want me to say about it? It's probably the best stretch of episodes I have seen in a little while, at the very least. It's insane how they can go from episode to episode to episode to episode to episode, each episode being just as good as the last or even better. And honestly, I think this chain reaction, I guess you can call it, starts from the Yuji versus Choso episode, which is debatably like the best, at least hand-to-hand combat fight that we have seen in a long while. You can argue that's probably the best fight in JJK. It's definitely up there. It is for sure up there. And it made me kind of like Choso. I think Choso's kind of sick. He's really cool in my opinion. Like, each of these fights that happen in this arc, you can make 20-minute videos on each of these fights, but I'll say I can't do that right now. So The next episode after that is kind of a little, honestly, a little like breather. It's a little bit of a breather, but the end of that episode, you know, it's the one with the Dagon, you know, the special grade. You know, the end of that episode, the goat Toji pulls up into the domain at the end of the episode. And then the episode that follows suit is, you know, Toji absolutely demolishing Dagon, bro. Oh my goodness, man. I have no words for how insane that fight was. It's just an absolute stomp. Like, it wasn't even close. Oh, I did kind of forget to mention that, yeah, the reason why this arc is also insane is because, you know, Toji comes back really early in Shibuya incident, and it's just like, there's so much that happens. There is so much that happens, dude. This honestly reminds me of the Soul Society arc in Bleach, and like, it makes sense because, you know, I think it's pretty apparent that Jujutsu Kaisen takes heavy inspiration from Bleach. So it's just like, oh my gosh, like, I have no words to describe how, like, unironically epic this season has been, dude. Anyways, after Toji versus Dagon, we then get Sukuna comes back because Jogo feeds him like 10 fingers. And then the next episode, of course, is another debatable best episode of the season with Sukuna versus Jogo. Like, oh my gosh. And of course, we can't forget, you know, Toji versus his son Megumi, which is also an insane fight with probably the rawest scene in JJK, or one of the rawest scenes. Like, there's too many raw scenes in JJK. Like, it's too many to count. But anyways, the Sukuna versus Jogo fight is another spectacle to behold. But you might think, oh, this is the best fight in JJK. Easy. This is the best anime. This is the best everything in JJK right now. Well, let me introduce you to the very next episode. That is Sukuna versus Mahoraga, or Makura. I don't know. That's what the anime called him, man. What do I say about this episode that everyone else hasn't said already? What can I say? Honestly, the only like words I can use are peak, raw, hard. It is insane. That fight, it is, you know what, I'll be honest, it is a tiny bit hard to follow, but you know, rewatch it, you know, like 1 or 2 times and you can get what's happening. You can get what's going on. And it is just an absolute presentation of power from Sukuna, man. With 15 finger Sukuna, he is an absolute monster. Sukuna is also one of my favorite characters in Jujutsu Kaisen. And I think this episode can prove why he is one of my favorite characters. And I think this episode has probably one of the best anime scenes in at least the past couple years with you know, Sukuna, because you know the episode is reaching its climax, right, and then just out of nowhere, like, it starts like kind of like crescendoing into the moment that Sukuna uses his domain expansion. Like, it's crescendoing, and it's just
領域展開福間水氏
like, oh my goodness, man. I ascended at that very moment in that scene. No word of a lie, that's what I did, man. And it's just incredible just to even witness that. Anyways, the next stretch of episodes is, you know, the climax of the arc is with Yuji versus Mahito. And then, you know, while this fight is happening, a certain somebody shows up. Another goat. I think you can guess who I'm talking about. The goat Todo. Todo shows up, and he's the goat. He's the goat. I don't care what you have to say. He is just the goat, man. He is just the goat. His whole personality is just, I don't know, like, I just love it. I love his personality. I love his entire character. He's not just some meathead. Like, he is introduced as a meathead, but in like just the way his personality kind of like blossoms, as you can see in this arc, is just amazing. And also, you know, he has one of the coolest techniques in JJK. It's so simple, but it's so freaking cool. And that's another reason why he's the GOAT. And then, you know, the actual episode where Todo and Yuji team up against Mahito, that is probably at least my second favorite episode, right behind Sukuna versus Mahoraga. You know, because I think just for the simple fact that the Todo Black Flash scene exists, that scene is peak, man. Like, it's just hard to describe these scenes anything else than peak, man. Like, it's so good. It's so hard. It's so amazing. Call it writing. I am a JJK writer, dude. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it just is what it is, man. And of course, the episode right after that with Yuji's, you know, what I'm you scene, You know, he hits the hardest black flash in existence. You know, Todo, man, Todo lost Spooky Woogie, man. Oh, man, no. God dang it, man. But it's too much to talk about with this season, dude. It really upsets me what happened to Todo, but he went out like a goat. So, he's not dead, but his Boogie Woogie is dead. So that is really, really sad, but it fits him so well. And like, that's just another reason why Todo is the GOAT. And to conclude the season, man, not Geto shows up, absorbs Mahito, and he just, you know, he proclaims his insane plan. You know, he unleashed a million curses. There's a bunch of essentially evil Yujis, and Gojo is sealed still at the end of the season. He poofs away with Gojo, man. And then the very end of the season, you know, Yuta Okotsu shows up, and he proclaims that he's gonna kill Yuji, or he's going to kill Yuji. Yeah, that's about the season right there, man. I need to see more from Yuta. I don't know how he has Rika right now. I have a little theory, but you know, who cares? Like, I just talked about the entire season right now. So, yeah, that's about what I got to say about season 2, man. The amazing art, the amazing animation, the amazing fights, the amazing soundtrack. I feel like people don't talk about enough. Like I said, with the domain expansion scene, literally ascended at that very moment. And it just this season 2 of JJK has been absolute insanity, man. I might have sounded like I might have rambled, or it was kind of like a sporadic video, but I just need to get this out. This is definitely up there in one of my favorite anime seasons, man. It's up there, man. It's definitely up there. You know, favorite anime seasons, favorite arcs, whatever you want to say, man. All right, man. That's about it, man. I'm a little bit late to this, but you know what? I had to talk about it. Okay, maybe more JJK videos in the future. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, man, that's been a video from yours truly, Vicco. You know, check out my other videos. I talked about Bleach recently. Really late, but you know, I did it. But anyways, I am now leaving. Okay, so I am gone.
There's always something to add to the story.
Sub now.